been a long time since I've done a run-through episode. But at any rate, I'm playing Super Mario World for the Super NES. This is going to be a complete run-through. Going to show you everything that I know, and nothing will be edited. If I screw up, you'll be able to see it. It's one of my favorite games in Nintendo history. Of course, everyone knows my favorite is Super Mario Bros. 3 on the NES. But this one here, Super Mario World, is special also. Okay, first off, I'm going to erase one of my files. And I'll answer that now. Okay, going to start on the empty file. And let's get a little background. Welcome! This is Dinosaur Land. In this strange land, we find that Princess Toadstool is missing again. Looks like Bowser is at it again. I've always wondered that. Even while playing on the Wii, New Super Mario Bros. Wii, I always wondered, well, what's the thing with Bowser and Princess Toadstool? Anyhow, you start off at Yoshi's house. You have two paths to go to. The left gets you to Yoshi's Island 1, and to the right, Yoshi's Island 2. Let's see what's in Yoshi's house. Hello, sorry I'm not home, but I have gone to rescue my friends who were captured by Bowser. Yoshi. Kinda funny, Yoshi's supposed to be a dinosaur and he has a dog print as a signature. What the crap. Okay, now for the controls. Now, the way I'm going to explain it is as if you were playing it on the actual Super Nintendo. So if you're playing this on the emulator or on the Wii Virtual Console, it'll be slightly different. Okay, B is to jump, A is to spin jump, Y and X to hold down will be to make Mario run. Of course, the directional buttons make Mario move. Start is pause. Select, if you have an item in the upper box there, it'll make it drop down and you can switch power-ups in an instant. The X and Y buttons also make Yoshi eat enemies or fruit, depending on what he's aiming at. The top L and R buttons, depending on the stage, it could actually let you scroll ahead to see what's ahead of you. I think that's a pretty neat feature. Okay, enough about the controls. Let's go to Yoshi's Island 1. Alright, you have a shellless Koopa and a Yoshi coin, giant bullet bill, and a Rex. Not overly difficult, but it's, of course, it's supposed to be the first stage of the game, so it's not supposed to be difficult. Now Now there's the item that I was talking about earlier. This also has another benefit. Let's say I get little. The item drops down, and I'm able to snatch a power up instead of having to search for another one. So you go down that pipe, get the third Yoshi coin. By the way, when you get 5 of these, you get an extra 1-up. And you also get a middle starting point too. Point of advice. You can hold an extra... Okay, I already explained that. Ah, son of a... This stage is pretty straightforward, pretty linear. But at the same time, if you are careless, you will die. Okay, point of advice. To pick up a shell, use the X or Y button. To throw a shell upwards, look up and let go of the button. Okay. Again, pretty much straightforward. There's not that much for me to explain at this point. You have a new enemy, Charging Chuck. And there you have it, Yoshi's Island 1. Charging Chuck looks like one of those characters from Tecmo Bowl, if you ask me. At least that's what I think. Of course, during the 90s, early 90s, anything that was Mario related, there was bound to be a cartoon for it. And there was a cartoon, but even though it was like cut off the air really premature, even though it was a hit, supposedly for budgeting. No wonder Saturday morning cartoons suck ass now. Anyhow, what you just saw me do was the Yellow Switch Palace. Then again, very linear, straightforward. Push down on the yellow switch and all of the blank yellow boxes will turn into regular boxes. Okay, now what I'm going to do is continue and save. And go to Yoshi's Island 2. Run ahead, grab the shell, let it go. Instant 1-up. And we are introduced to Yoshi. Hooray! Thank you for rescuing me. My name is Yoshi. On my way to rescue my friends, Bowser trapped me in that egg. You will see him a lot. Yoshi's actually useful in this game. Swallow a red shell, and he'll spit out fireballs. Now I explained about the spin jump already, so I won't bore you with the details again. Again, very straightforward. And I explained about that also. Did you know Yoshi could rap? All you have to do is get under a set of blocks to where only Mario and Yoshi can squeeze through, but you have no jumping room. Press the A button in the rhythm, and it'll sound like Yoshi's rapping, kind of. Well, you get the idea, and that was horrible. To dismount off Yoshi, just press the A button. Of course, you have to be somewhere to where Mario can actually jump off. hence the rapping noise. And that's another trick. Whenever Yoshi automatically is in the face of a fruit, he'll automatically eat it. But if you time it just right, you can actually make Yoshi eat that same fruit twice. It'll count as 2 coins instead of 1. Anytime Yoshi eats an enemy, it counts as a coin. And Yoshi can eat almost anything. That's what makes this game ridiculously easy. Now the good thing about the end of the stage is, if you time your jump just right, you can get about 40 or 50 bonus stars. Anytime you get to 100, the counter will reset and you'll get to play a bonus game. Okay, I explained about that already. Okay, Yoshi's Island 3. This one's a little tricky because it's one of those stages where if you go too fast or you jump at the wrong place, you will die. But if you found the yellow switch, if you complete the yellow switch, it should not be that much of a problem. By the way, anything that gets engulfed by the flames where Yoshi spits out fire, turns into a coin. If you keep an item in Yoshi's mouth for too long, he will eat it. So keep your eyes on what you're feeding the little guy. Okay, here's something that I didn't explain about. When you stomp on an enemy, you can jump high if you hold the jump button. Use up on the control pad to jump high in the shallow water. That's interesting about blocks. If you hit them, they won't immediately break. They'll just start spinning. Riding spinners. Well, not really. Bad pun, but whatever. Okay, now to make these platforms spin, just stand on the edge of them. This is the most especially difficult part. But again, if you found the yellow switch, not much of a problem. Just time your jumps, and you'll be just fine. And there you have it, Yoshi's Island 3. Okay, now for Yoshi's Island 4. One of the first water stages in the game. Yay. Missed that one. Again, straightforward and linear. Just try not to get hit by the obstacles. But if you have Yoshi again, he'll eat just about anything. Okay, I didn't explain that. Sorry. If you're in the area that you've already cleared, you can return to the map screen by pressing Start, then Select. Why does that make me think of Contra? For boxes that have multiple coins, if you have Yoshi, hit the coin box that immediately dismount from Yoshi, and you'll be able to get more coins that way. Okay. Now I have to get off Yoshi for this part. Ah! Still screwed it up. My idea was to get a crap load of extra lives, but that didn't work. I don't know why I'm worrying about extra lives and I have up 20 already. Okay, and I explained that already. Let's see. Got 29 that time. Cool. And there's Yoshi's Island 4. Okay, now all we have left is the boss, Iggy. No, not Iggy from Initial D. The only thing I don't like about the boss castles is you can't take Yoshi inside with you. Either Yoshi's too scared or something, I don't know. Okay, now here's something new. Press up on the control pad while jumping and you can cling to the fence. To go in the door at the end of this area, use up also. I'll get that later. Okay. Now also, if you press Y or X while you're on the fence, you can punch the enemies off. This is pretty much a straightforward castle, so there isn't much to say. Just try not to fall into the lava. Okay, point of advice. One of Yoshi's friends is trapped in the castle by Iggy Koopa. To defeat him, push him into the lava pool. Really? Okay, now you have an automatic scrolling stage. Keep your eyes open because those pillars will crush you. But they're really easy to figure out, so. And there we go. We're at the end. And here's Iggy Koopa. Or what was Iggy Koopa. That's simply it. Jump on him or shoot fireballs at him and push him into the lava. And he's down for the count. By the way, Iggy, if you couldn't tell, that was actually, if I remember correctly, Hip Koopa. One of the Koopa twins. Remember the names they had for the Koopa kids in Super Mario 3? Cheatsy Koopa, Big Mouth Koopa Jr., Cootie Pie Koopa, the twins Hip and Hop, Bully Koopa, and Kooky Von Koopa. Well, they have different names in this game. Iggy Koopa is Hip. Big Mouth Koopa Jr. is Morton Koopa Jr. Cheatsy is Lemmy Koopa. Kooky Von is Ludwig Von. Bully is Roy. Wendy is Cootie Pie Koopa. And I believe Hop is Larry Koopa. Now I'll get to that later. Okay, so yada yada yada. I beat Iggy Koopa. Got one of Yoshi's friends. He's still in an egg, but we go to Donut we're in the donut plains. So I'll save. Now before I close this episode, I'm going to show you something. Press start when you're on the map, and you'll be able to scroll by using the directional pad, and you'll be able to see the entire playing area. That's pretty freaking cool. But this isn't the whole game, but this is pretty much a chunk of it. Okay, so with that said, I'm going to end this part, and I'll see you next time when I go into the donut plains, and I'll show you everything within it, and I'll also beat Big Mouth Koopa Jr. By the way, you will hear me reference the Koopa kids, Bowser's 7 children, as their names to when they were named for the Super Mario Bros. 3 cartoon, as opposed to the names they have now. I like them better that way. So, till next, see you next time.